How's it going, everybody? Eric here from Tea and Tobacco. It is a rainy Sunday, so I figured, what the heck, come hang out with you guys. Got a little work to do on the computer, so I'll do that, and just hanging out. Nothing huge. And I am dropping frames like freaking crazy. I don't know why. The playback looks okay. So that makes no sense. Hopefully it'll stabilize here and we'll be good in a second. So yeah, well, people file in here. What's everybody doing? Everybody have anything going on today? As you can see, I'm wearing my Tea and Tobacco cigar shirt. Link is in the description if interested. Hopefully notifications go out to people, because for whatever reason they don't sometimes. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. But hopefully everything is good for everybody. I see people funneling in finally. So how's it going, everybody? Everything going good? Hopefully everybody's having a decent Sunday. Hey, Midnight Piper, how's it going? Glad you could join. How's your Sunday going? It is a bit rainy here for me. Let me know if there's issues with like the video and whatnot. On my end, it keeps telling me that there's issues, but like I'm watching the playback and it looks okay. It might be a little bit choppy at times, but smoking some EMP. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Finn? Is it the Peterson release or is it the Dunhill release? Just chilling. Peterson. Well, I don't know what's sad about that. Why is that sad? It's the same exact blend. It's the same exact company who was making the Dunhills. This is 609. Yeah, I mean the start the morning at the beach. Gonna play with some VidIQ. You're just being dramatic. I mean, it is sad that the Dunhill brand is gone, but at least they got picked back. At least all the blends got picked up. That's one thing I hate that happened to McClellan. Like, I don't know why they didn't either sell the company to somebody to do it, or release how they made their stuff. Because it's like they had like all these secrets, and now it's like, oh, these should be like available to the world so everybody can experience McClellan's genius, and it's just like all gone. Like they could have sold to like C and D. Oh my god, I am dropping frames like crazy. I don't know why. Yeah, that's sad. Lost some good stuff this year, or the past couple of years. This year feels like, I can't believe it's almost the end of the year. This year's felt like an eternity. How's the job search going? I've applied for a few things, but nothing really strikes my fancy at the moment. I mean, I'd like to kind of put my esoteric knowledge to use, but so many people are like still adverse to remote full time, so you know, I'd like to, obviously, I'm not going to move to Texas, so, or New Jersey, or anywhere for that matter, so. Thank you. I like this shirt too, and I just spilled Dian myself. You can get it, link below. Yeah, I don't know why, like, I found a couple that were remote, but some were like main offices in wherever. It's like, well, I don't want to move, and I've been working remotely for like 5 years, and I have very specialized knowledge that you could use. So, let me use that specialized knowledge, you know? Kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. What's up, Piper Cassidy? Yeah, I'll find something. I'm sure through the holidays it's going to be a little meh anyways, so hopefully it works out once the new year starts. So far, it is a nice stogie. I do not know how old it is because I got it off of somebody else. But so far, so good. I've had it for about half a year now, but I have no idea when he actually bought it. What? Where'd I get that? What are you talking about? The shirt? The shirt, link is down below. You can actually get them if you would like. They're currently at cost until the end of the year. So jump on it quick. That's what we call a jumper. But where are you? because a jumper in the US is like a onesie that has shorts or pants. So that made me confused. And they're usually worn by women and not guys. Want to catch me in a onesie? Yeah, when I think jumper, let's see, where is it? When I think jumper, I think this. That is what I normally think of as a jumper. So I'm like, no, I'm not wearing a jumper. Yeah, I don't think it would look good on me. Oh! I actually cleaned up my room a little bit, hence why I am standing today. I put my desk in the standing position because I actually cleaned up and got my anti-fatigue mat under me. So, using my standing desk. Yeah, sweaters are sometimes called jumpers, but no, this is just a regular t-shirt. But usually it's a women's sweater that you call a jumper, not a men's sweater, but you know. Standing back, good for the back. Yeah, it's also good for burning extra calories as well. I found that like throughout the course of the day, you'll like, if I stand the entire like 8 hours of working, I burn like an extra like 600 calories throughout the day. It's actually kind of crazy. I'm working on some other stuff right now. I will be gaming, but I have a whiteboard full of tasks to do with various stuff. So like I have to create a Twitter and a Reddit. I need to research some upcoming games. I have to redesign Twitch and YouTube for my gaming stuff. I have to create a Twitch for my wrestling stuff, so it's on its own Twitch, so I can just live stream over to Twitch as well for the wrestling stuff. So I kind of got a list of stuff I'm kind of working on while I'm talking to you guys. I'm not getting very far, but you know. 311 KS Poker, yeah, I like the 311. Hold on, it is my grandmother. I gotta take this, so enjoy the music. As I stick up the the text. Oh, it's been one of those years. Obviously, you can't like go see anybody because you don't want to get them sick because everybody's old and very old, I guess, in my grandparents' case. So I have not gotten to see my grandfather since the summer when we could do a very social distance barbecue and stay away. Haven't seen my grandmother since the whole pandemic even started. I think she just turned 89 a couple days ago. My grandfather turned 89 this year. Oh no, my grandmother's not that old. I think she's 86 or 7. Hey, Mr. Finn, if you use GoDaddy, it's super cheap and you can just have it forward directly to your YouTube channel. Like if you go to tiantobacco.com, it just sends straight to my YouTube channel. So you could just have it auto forward, and it's like $10 or something. If you wanted a domain, it's like $10 for the year. Yeah, I have a pretty good longevity in my life, or in my family, so we'll see. Yeah, so I just set it up so if you go to tiantobacco.com, it just goes directly, it actually just brings up the YouTube channel. So that's like super easy. Hey, I sold a pen today. Yay. Sold the pen at my mother-in-law's store. So that's cool. Got a whole lot of wood turning I gotta do for Christmas gifts. Anyways, what were we talking about? I don't know what we were talking about. What my grandmother called. Love my ashtrays, thanks. I think I got a few gamers still on my subscriber rolls that didn't go over to the Zoix Dark channel. I got raided while I was playing Fortnite with from a huge channel, or at least a pretty big channel. So I got inundated with like 300 people or something. A little bit young for the tobacco, I'd say so. Don't smoke, just watch. Tea, though. You can still do tea. Tea is perfectly fine for a 13-year-old, I think. I got all my my gaming and wrestling stuff, all my other projects. I should probably put in the show notes, huh? No kids, right? Wait. No, are you asking me if I have kids? Did the haunted pirate ship? Oh, pirate cake? That's good stuff. No, I do not have kids. I don't particularly like kids, so I do not have kids. All right, added to the show description. Yeah, I'd say it's hard to grow and produce things while leaving a family at the same time. I mean, I do work part-time at a boarding school for boys. So that can be interesting. Yeah, it's always fun. But, you know, after spending time there, it's nice to come home to no kids. My wife works there too, so she gets all of her motherly needs out by working with a bunch of kids, so I don't have to worry about that coming home either. Page isn't available. Which link is saying page isn't available? Oh, so that's wrestling one. That was weird. Let me edit that. Here, I cut off a piece. I think it's correct in the description. Yeah, it's correct in the description. There we go. All right, I fixed it in the chat. It's correct in the video description though. So there we go. I love the heck out of mine, but super hard to be productive as a teacher along with a content creator. Yeah. What cigar is it? This is the Carlos Torano Casa Torano. I don't know when they came out. They came out quite a while. Should have at least one. I'm good with that. This is also your page. What is also my page? So those other links are also my projects. So Zoic's Dark is my gaming stuff, both on YouTube and on Twitch. And then That's Wrestling is also another one of my projects. Yes, the wrestling one is also my project. I have shirts for that as well, but I think they're all in the laundry because I already wore them. Yeah. Cover AEW and New Japan mostly. I do not... I kind of skip over WWE stuff because everybody covers that. and I have stopped watching a few years ago for WWE. So now I watch New Japan and AEW are my main things, and that's what I cover on the channel. Unless there's something like huge that comes out that's like industry wide or something. So yeah, I started watching New Japan exclusively probably 3 years ago after dumping watching WWE because it just was not very good. Yeah, I stopped more. I from like 2005 to like 2015, I kind of stopped, and then I picked up with WWE. I think it was beginning of 2016, and then it hadn't really improved at all. It was still pretty bad. But then I started watching New Japan, and then New Japan became my thing that I watched the most. I just watched New Japan. And they've done a lot in the past couple years to be much more English friendly. And then AEW started, which is a new North American company. They're actually on TNT. They're actually doing really well. So my favorite music is mostly hard rock, post grunge, I guess you would say. But I do listen to post grunge, metal, metalcore is my favorite stuff. So Breaking Benjamin, Chevelle, Bullet for My Valentine, Killswitch Engage, Metallica, stuff like that. I like instrumental, like Angel Vivaldi. He's really, really good. Avenged Sevenfold, yep. I like Avenged Sevenfold too. Yeah, most of the stuff I listen to is metal. Metal and hard rock. Like what I've been listening to recently, I've been listening to the new Deftones album, 10 Years, the new In This Moment. There's actually a really cool instrumental band called I Built the Sky. Really, really good. Should check out the album The Zenith Rise from I Built the Sky. So good. He is an amazing guitar player. So it's instrumental, pretty much. Very good. I've been listening to Devin Townsend lately. Saint Asonia, which is actually the guitar player from Stained, the singer from 30 Days Grace. I don't know who else is in the band, but it's kind of like a super group. Who else have I been listening to lately? Alter Bridge, the new Cold, Starset, the new Tool. The new Tool is awesome. The new 311 or new-ish 311. I'm looking at all this stuff and like the dates are like 2019, and I can't believe. And I just realized 2020 is almost over. Love the profile pic on the wrestling page. Gotta have your hat. Yeah. My graphics guy. I make sure that he sticks the hat in everywhere. He does the thumbnails for all the videos, and he always tries to put in the get in the hat into something. Sometimes he puts it on somebody. Sometimes he just puts it in. Let me see if I can find a funny one that he did once. Let's see. Wrestling. He's done so many good ones. Let's go back to the G1. I know he did some pretty funny ones with the G1. G1 Night 1. Alright, I'll put G1 Night 1 up here, and it's good for a laugh. It's wrestling, G1 Night 1. That is the graphic he made me for the first night of the G1. This is very funny. So that was the graphic he made for me. If you're only 13, no, you should not be buying cigars. You need to wait until you are fully grown and can make the good decisions. That is the same with tattoos. Basically, I say, especially with like tattoos, take today and look at yourself back 5 years ago. Were you a smart person 5 years ago? Do you think you made good decisions 5 years ago? If you didn't make good decisions 5 years ago, don't get a cigar now. I mean, don't get a tattoo now. Wait until you can look back 5 years ago and say, 5 years ago me was making good decisions. Then you can then you should be able to say, yeah, I was making good decisions. So like the vast majority of my tattoos I didn't get until I was like late 20s. And then most of them I got was in my 30s. So yeah, look back 5 years ago. If you were not making good decisions then, this might not be a good decision. So wait until you can look back 5 years and be like, 5 years ago me was making good decisions. Then you can say that probably your decision today is probably okay. Yeah, the vast majority of my ink was in my 30s. Mostly on my arms. I got a tractor right there. The first thing I ever drove from my grandfather's 1948 International Harvester. I got a beer and a cigar for my dad. I'm working on a fantasy sleeve here. That is no one in particular. I got a little monster for my sister. It may look weird, but this is exactly how the finger puppet looks. So it actually looks good. I got a tattoo for my grandma. It's a character that she always read me a nighttime story from. So I guess individual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the moment, but like a lot of hours. You remember that finger puppet? That's funny. There's a funny story about that. So my grandmother was at our house taking care of us. Actually, the grandma that I was just talking to on the phone. She came over to the house, and the finger puppet was on the floor in the bathroom, and the light was off, and she thought like somebody had pooped on the floor or something, so she picked it up with toilet paper, and obviously since it was squishy, she thought it was indeed a poop, and she threw it in the toilet and flushed it, and my sister cried and cried and cried, and I laughed and laughed and laughed because I was like, 7 years old, and my 3-year-old sister's little finger puppet just got flushed, but she still remembers that. And my wife asked when I said that that's what I was going to get. I hadn't talked to my sister about this at all, and I told my wife the story, and then I said, just ask my sister, just tell her what's up with the finger puppet. We haven't talked about this in 20 years. And she recalled the exact same story I did. And my sister loves that tattoo. She thinks it's great. So my sister really, really likes that tattoo. So this is kind of like my family arm. I obviously still have more stuff. Still got another grandma and another grandfather to do, and my mom. I don't think they always have to mean something. I mean, like, my fantasy sleeve is just because I really like, fantasy novels, and like I was reading A Song of Ice and Fire, which Game of Thrones is based off of. I was reading that way before there was any talks of it being on HBO. I started reading Song of Ice and Fire back in like 2003, I think. I was a big Lord of the Rings fan. I read through that a couple times. I think we have, between my wife, myself, and then when her grandfather passed away, we took his books. We have we have 5 copies of Lord of the Rings and 4 copies of The Hobbit. So yeah, I'm just kind of working on the fantasy sleeve. Waiting for book 6. Oh god, it's such a... Yeah. Like, I don't know, were you reading them before the TV show? Because, yeah, I started reading them right before A Storm of Swords came out, I think. When did Storm of Swords come out? Storm of Swords came out in... Oh, that came out in 2000? Holy crap. So yeah, I was reading them in 2003. So I had read through A Storm of Swords in 2003, and A Feast for Crows didn't come out until 2005, and then I'm sitting on it forever, and then of course the show starts, and then everybody is like huge on it. But yeah, when I was originally reading the books, I'm like, oh, this would make such a great... It'd be impossible to... I said to myself, it'd be impossible to do as a movie, because each book is longer than the entire Lord of the Rings series. So I'm like, HBO, they have to do it on HBO. It would be the only thing that makes sense. And then, of course, years later, HBO actually picks it up and then totally boned the last two seasons. You started after season 1. Now I really am waiting for the books, because the books are going to be way better. Yeah, the books, like, they strayed way off base once they started getting near where the books no longer were. They cut out so much, like, really important stuff as well. Like, Zombie Cat is not in the show at all. It's like, she's kind of important. Season 1 was really, really good. How can I get a beard? You just have to grow. Yes, they strayed way off. I'm like, that didn't happen like that at all. So I'm guessing that the end of the books is going to be so different from the show, because they strayed so far, because characters got to places where they never were. Yeah. And of course it's the showrunner's fault too. It's not HBO's fault. HBO was willing to give them like full seasons, like a couple more full seasons. Hold on, this is my wife. Gotta take this one. I love how Hodor got his name. Yeah. That is probably, yeah. But just like, yeah, they got so off track. They could have kept it on track, but they crammed 2 seasons worth of stuff in 6 episodes, and that just did not work. So I was super bummed. It's like, dude, I have been invested in this story since, like I said, 2003, before the show ever started. And then, of course, they surpassed the books. And, you know, we are now, what, 9 years from the final, from the last book that came out? Like, oh, jeez. Patience is not the virtue it once was. No. Especially when, you know, dude, George R.R. Martin is friggin' 72 years old now. And it would really suck if it doesn't get finished. Have I read the Dark Tower series? I refuse to watch the movies. I didn't. I started. I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into the Dark Tower series. It was a while ago, so I might try. Right now, I'm just kind of in a... Actually, what I've been reading lately is just Michael Conley books. So I've been reading the Bosch series. First book was tough. Oh, of the Dark Tower. You won't understand it until book 3. Yeah, see, that's a little bit of a problem. If you can't hook you, if you're not hooked by within like the first couple like if you can't get into it within like the first 100 pages, then you got a huge problem. But yeah, before bed, I've been reading the Michael Conley books. So I'm on the Last Coyote now, which is number 4. Stephen King's Crown Jewel. The Way of Men. The Way of Men isn't even on Wiki. Easy book to read. I didn't have so much to do, I'd finish it in a weekend. Yeah, I just kind of read, like, I don't know, maybe, 30 to 50 pages before I go to bed each night. It just kind of helps me, like, wind down. I need to get into something from this, obviously, since I've been, like, unemployed since July, and this pandemic is not helping. It's like, I need to get into some sort of a routine. So that's kind of been my night routine. I try to get into bed by 10 o'clock, and then I'll read for a while. Sometimes is some nights is a little easier than other. You wake up at 4 a.m. I have trouble getting out of bed before 8, even if I fall asleep by 11. But that's mostly because I'm fat, probably. So I need to work on that too. So that's part of the need for getting into a routine, is getting more exercise. Wake up, work out. Yep. I don't like working out in the morning, though. I don't like working out in the morning, but then by the time evening comes around, I'm too, like, tired to want to work out, so that's always an issue. Yeah, I know. Mr. Finn, when do you go to bed? Jeez. Yeah, I have plenty of things around me to get exercise in. Like, I built a rock climbing. I have a rock climbing wall in my house, so I just need to do that. And I also live right on the edge of a state forest, so there's plenty of trails. I need a new pair of winter hiking boots, though. Yeah, there's no way I'd survive on 5 hours a night. You've done rock climbing for years? There's so much good rock climbing in New Hampshire. I've gained so much weight in the past year. It's been a real bummer. But, like, I could, like, spend all day in Rumney every day if I could. See you later, Nemesis. Have a good one. Oh, you're on machine mode, yeah. Oh, you've done the 5 hours, yeah. Yeah, my grandfather was a teacher, and he would go to bed at midnight and get up at like 5:30 every single day, even like well after he was retired. Today is Sunday. Or Suday, apparently. My wife is out with her friend right now, but once she comes home, we're going to go grocery shopping, and then when we get home, I will hop on the treadmill and get caught up on my wrestling as well. I got a podcast to do tomorrow. Why am I constantly dropping frames? That is, you're unemployed, but at least you're able to earn from YouTube and podcast. Yeah, YouTube makes me like $60, and my podcast maybe like $10 a month, if that. Although it cost me $20 to host it, so I'm -10 on the podcast. Yeah. We talked about this last time, how YouTube like killed monetization on all tobacco related. So this channel would be doing so much better if they didn't do that. A couple years ago at this point, I'd probably be making like maybe 400 a month. I'm about doing some live streaming next week. What kind of upstream do you have? You can get away with 720 on like 3 megabit up, and for 1080, I run at 1080 at 60 frames is I run at 7 megabit. There needs to be competition for YouTube. Yes, there definitely does. Right now, there is not much, and all the alternatives are not paying like anything. That's the biggest thing. It's because Google has so much of the online ad market. Google owns YouTube, which means Google runs the ad market on YouTube. So like there are other ad servers that are okay with tobacco related content, but I couldn't put them on YouTube, which is freaking ridiculous. Yeah, Netflix competes with Amazon Prime and Disney and Hulu as well, which is partly owned by NBC. And before that, Blockbuster tried but failed miserably, unfortunately. I have no idea how much I'll have to stream on. I'll just go to a friend's. Here it would be impossible. Yeah, so like at 720, if you're only doing like 30 frames, you could probably get away with 2,500 kilobits, which isn't too bad. But for 1080, Hulu doesn't work in Brazil without a VPN. Well, yeah. But now, like in the US, like the big streamers, obviously we have Hulu, Netflix, Disney, Amazon. And then I also have a subscription to Fight for the AEW shows, because I didn't want to get Sling just so I can get TNT. Almost 1K subs. I think it'd be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're gonna do like your first live stream, put out a video like 2 days ahead of time and lay out what your schedule is, and then schedule the live stream. So actually go into YouTube Studio and schedule the live stream and all that good stuff, and that'll let your viewers know that, hey, you got an upcoming live stream. And it might not even gain any like subscribers or anything, but you will build a, you know, more connection with your audience. Make new videos, please. Yeah, you'll promote on IG as well. Yeah, promote it all around. And then set up a post to go on all your social medias as well, like 5 minutes before the go live time. With a link to the live stream. You can, if you set up the live stream in YouTube ahead of time, you'll get the link, so you can put the link directly to the live stream in your posts. Yeah, you play with it. Oh, and if you want later this evening, I don't know what you're doing. If you want to hook up on Discord and do some of that VidIQ stuff, we can do that this evening. I have nothing on tap this evening, so if you want to do stuff sometime this evening, we can do that. What time is it? Where? Or what time is what? Where I live, it is just after 2:00 p.m. where I am. And I think it is just after 4 p.m. where Mr. Finn is. You have the app Streamlabs OBS. Yep. Came online, play with VidIQ. You went live, and I thought I'd jump to support. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is 2 p.m. I'm on the East Coast of the US. VidIQ is a tool for optimizing YouTube search results, and so it suggests tags to use for your videos. It suggests stuff to put into your description, suggests stuff to put in your title. It makes sure that you put end cards on your videos, all types of stuff. So VidIQ kind of guides you on how to make your videos more discoverable. Yeah, a lot of time just hopping on somebody's live stream. Always helpful. I have the corona? No, I do not. I don't. Gotta step away. Wife needs me. And I need to pee. I do not. My area isn't too bad at the moment. It's not great, but it's not like horrendously awful right now. I mean, right now, the total cases in my county is only 378. Which is really good. We have 100,000 people in the county. So right now, cases are only 378. There's 3,000 in your county. Yeah, I don't live in a big city or anything. Like I said, the entire county is only 100,000 people, and the biggest quote unquote city is only like 23,000. I live in a town of 7,000 people. So we're all relatively spread out. There's not a lot of mass gatherings or anything like that. And we're not, for the most part, this state has been doing decent. You live in Europe. Not a county. You don't have counties within your country or your state within your country. You don't have like smaller areas. So it's 3,000 for your entire country? We have, but bigger. Well, it depends where you are in the U.S. County, depending on what state you're in, some counties are bigger, some counties smaller. They're not like uniform size or anything like that. So in my state, let's see, what are the state numbers? State numbers are 10,000 cases, but that's all-time cases. I don't think those are active cases. Cheshire County's total cases, so the county that I live in is 890, but active is only 300 and whatever I said. $378 within a, like, I guess you could call this, the mingling population is only 100,000 people, so that's not too bad. We're all pretty spread out. We don't have any big cities near me. The closest city that has over 100,000 people in it is an hour and a half away. Actually, more than an hour and a half away. So I'd have to drive an hour and a half in any direction to hit a city with more than 100,000 people in it. Here we usually don't. You just use countries. Yeah, I mean, here in the US, a lot of our states are bigger than a lot of the European countries. Geographically, at least. Which country are you in, if you care to say? If not, that's fine. Hey, Ben, how's it going? You're in one of the Baltic states? Yeah. They're doing a little bit better than a lot of the other ones. Yeah, so like almost, well, not all of them, but population wise, you're pretty spread out for some of the bigger ones, and then obviously the smaller Baltic states are, some of the Baltic countries are, well, most of them are smaller than almost all of the states in the US. So I guess kind of in comparison, the state I live in would be similar to like Latvia, size-wise. Only 2 million people live here. Yeah, the state I live in, I think the total state population is maybe 1.3 million. I'd have to check. Kayak fishing yesterday, super tired today. It is kind of rainy out. Yeah, we have 1.36 million people just in the state that I live in. So yeah, Latvia is actually a little bit bigger as far as population-wise. But probably size-wise. Oh, you're in Lithuania. Okay. Many people watch me from... Actually, I am part Lithuanian. My grandmother was Lithuanian. My great-grandparents, so my grandmother's parents, fled Lithuania before the USSR takeover, or around that time. They fled to the US. So I do not speak Lithuanian because my... Do you know anyone who watches from Lithuania? Yeah, Budget Piper is from Lithuania. Unless you are Budget Piper. But I'm pretty sure Budget Piper is much older than you. Old. It's not too bad today. I think it's, I don't know, maybe 45 outside. Or 7 Celsius for the rest of the world. Who is Budget Piper? He's in here sometimes. He's in the Discord. He's in the Discord server. I watched your Pipe 101 video. Can you tell me what a reamer does? Use one, I think, in a video. I never got. So a reamer. Okay, so Nemesis, Budget Piper is a guy who's in this sometimes. He's just not on it right now. He is also in Lithuania, and he's on the Discord server. Then, as far as the reamer goes, it's basically it's a. I don't know if I have mine handy to show you. I'm not sure if it's in this collection of stuff or not. I think my reamer is in a case. Basically, it's only used if you really, really have to. Really, you only use it when you have to get like a ton of carbon out. Yeah, it's used to clean out the inside of the bowl, but only in like really seriously gunked up bowls. If you are maintaining your pipe each time you clean it, then you will probably never have to use a reamer. It's good if you get like a state pipe that just has not been taken care of very well. But really, I just used, so on your pipe tool, you should have a little knife type thingy, and that should be enough just to keep the layer of carbon down. So as long as you have like a little knife on the edge of your thing, some call it some tools have kind of this shaped thing, call it a spoon. This works too. So you can just use that to keep the I keep getting estate pipes, yeah. So if they're really gunked up with like a super ton of carbon, or they're ghosted really, really badly, then you would want to snag a reamer. But other than that, you shouldn't really need one. You can use either the spoon, or where this one has kind of more of a blade than a spoon, whereas the check pipe tool has the spoon. But it does kind of have the straight edge right here, so you can scrape and keep that carbon layer thin. Ghosted, like background flavor, yes. So a lot of tobaccos will kind of permeate your pipe. So if you're trying to switch to a different like blend. All right, see you later, Nemesis. Yeah, so if you're trying to switch to like a different blend family, then it could be a good idea to use a reamer. Usually dedicate pipes to certain blend families. But though, as you can see behind me, my pipe rack is a little sparse at the moment, just because everything's on my need to be clean rack. No, you won't need to pick one up unless you get something that's really gross. They're cheap on Amazon. You can get one for, I don't know, $7 or $8. That's kind of like a universal sized one. Give me a second. Let me see if I can grab mine. You know what? I'm actually not sure where it is. That's how little I ever need to use it. So, but anyways, yeah. If you watch the video for the salt and alcohol treatment, I hit it with a reamer first. So yeah, if you watch the deep cleaning video, I use a reamer on the pipe first before I do the salt and alcohol treatment. But that's like the only pipe I've ever needed to ream, because I take care of the I keep the carbon cake where it needs to be every time I clean the pipe. So you shouldn't need to use a reamer. But that's why, you know, most pipers have multiple pipes, is so they can dedicate it to a blend or a blend family. Drank all the 151. Can you get full 200 proof Everclear where you are? Because I can only get 151 where I am, which is good enough. But if you can get 200 proof Everclear, you can use that. Very knowledgeable for such a young age. I am not that young. I'm glad people think I am young, but I am not young. You can shine out the backwoods? What? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yes, I'm in my late 30s. I wouldn't call it. So, you know, I've been doing this for like 20 years. Well, not 20 years, 15 years. Moonshine? You got it. You can get the shine out in the backwoods. Understood. I'm pushing 40. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. Well, I've been smoking a pipe for, I don't know, 13, 14 years now. And cigars a little bit longer than that. Moonshine definitely work. Yeah, you think you can get higher proof? Well, I'm glad I look young. That helps. My dad was a cigar guy. My great grandfather smoked a pipe all the time, but he died when I was 4, so that doesn't really count. Glad you stopped smoking cigarettes. Yeah. Hello, I mean evening. It is afternoon. Budget Piper, yeah. What? Link is in the description of this video. Yeah, join us on our Discord channel. I can drop it in the chat as well. Why you talk so much about Budget Piper? Because he's also from Lithuania. That's the only reason why I mentioned him. But he's always chatting in the Discord as well. He is currently one of our more active chatters. He'll go to his house and steal. He likes the Rustica tobacco, which is like ridiculously strong. But hey, if you're 13, at least you can get tea. There's all types of good tea. We can talk about good tea if you want. Buy it direct from China. Just have it shipped in. See, now it is Budget Piper. Now, see, Nemesis makes me think he is actually Budget Piper. And I think he's just messing with us at this point. When people use a zillion different names, I can't keep them all straight. preferred side or pipe tobacco from smokingpipes.com. Smokingpipes.com is probably the best. And they're in North Carolina, so they're close to you. I think they're still in North Carolina. But yes, smokingpipes.com is like top of the list. Yeah, the import taxes into Brazil are probably ridiculous. The Vensuki Wrapper Robusto. Oh yeah, those would be sweet. For 190 real. Not too bad, no. Real world, rest of the world value. Yeah, that'd be a really decent price. What's that work out to? About $40. For a box of 12. So yeah, $40 for a box of 12. That wouldn't be bad. That'd be decent. I stock up and take some to the States when I move. You could actually get them imported into the US. It'd probably actually be cheaper to buy it and have it shipped to the US because you're not going to get hit with the taxes. So you probably wouldn't even need a... Do you think... No, there's no problem. You wouldn't have any problems bringing them in. As long as you're not bringing in like a pallet of them. I think you can carry like 100 cigars into the US through customs, and I don't think you'd have a problem. You can carry personal use worth of tobacco across the border into the US without any issue. Taking what you got. Is there any light at the end of the tunnel for you coming back? Gonna buy another 40-gram McBaron tomorrow. Yeah, mostly the McBarons are all tinned. They're all in tins here in the US. We don't get... Most of the McBarons don't come in pouches here, in the 40-gram pouches. They all come in 50-gram or 100-gram tins. Waiting for the Consulate and Rio to open up. When will the stream end? Probably soon. Once my wife gets home, we've got to go do some grocery shopping. I will be on the Discord after that, though. And Mr. Finn and I will hook up and we'll do some stuff with the VidIQ. Get him all hooked up and set up. He'll be growing faster than this channel soon. He's gonna fly by. He's gonna crush the 10,000 in no time. Yeah, as soon as you qualify for monetization, you're gonna be like you're gonna grow a lot faster. Just use a... I could do so much more than I am if family and time permitted. Yeah, no, you'll grow super fast as soon as you get monetization. I'm assuming you will use a US bank account and address. And you'll be fine. Alright, good old Wells Fargo. I mean, you're a US citizen anyway, so I don't think it would be a problem. I'm assuming BM Trucker is Ben. Yes, sir. See, everyone uses like a zillion different names. It's like, oh, gotta stay consistent so I know who the heck I'm talking to. What is good and what is bad in reference to what? Yeah, but Mr. Finn, once you move to the US and you can buy a 50 grand tin of McBaron for $12, you'll be rolling it. What's good and bad for games? It's all personal preference. I'm drawn a lot more towards platformers and kind of casual RPGs. My first blend, love it. Which McBaron? Gold blend. Golden extra. Still a bit of tongue bite. That would make sense, assuming it's the golden extra, because it does have some burley in it. You can also get it in bulk, so you could buy a pound of it for $36 in the US. But it's a mix of burley and Virginia. Peterson Sherlock. I forget what is in Peterson Sherlock. I don't think I haven't had it. Peterson Sherlock. Burley, Virginia. Oh, also a burley in Virginia. Why don't you smoke hookah? Because it is adulterated to heck. It is basically sugar. Smell good in taste, but had bite. Yeah, you just actually might want to slow down on it a little bit. It is a Burley in Virginia, so you just have to be a little bit light on it. So smoke it on the edge of going out, and you will probably have a little bit better of a time. Also, one thing I put in the tips video that I've done a lot of times is just loosen your lips a little bit, get a little bit of fresh air going past the bit so you're not drawing everything through the pipe. Doesn't say extra, just says golden blend. I'll have to look. But yeah, for Burley and Virginias, straight Burleys and Virginias, smoke them on the edge of going out. Relight a zillion times if you have to. Use matches instead of lighter, because you want to keep that as cool as possible, because you don't want to burn the sugars. That's what's kind of giving you the bite. It's a pH balance thing. So if you burn the sugars, then that's when you're kind of gonna get that bite. So yeah, definitely smoke it on the edge of going out. Use matches, and if you have to relight a zillion times, not a problem. You'll probably have a much better experience though. McBaron Golden Blend versus Golden Extra. Oh, it is a little bit different. Oh, it actually has a topping too of cocoa and chocolate. Cocoa/chocolate. Whereas Golden Extra, I don't think has... Oh, it also has it. What is the difference? Golden Extra... I am not sure what the difference between the Gold Blend and the Gold Extra is. Oh, no, I found it. American pipe smokers will find this blend under the name Golden Extra. So Gold Blend and Golden Extra are actually the same. They're just named differently for different markets. Good to know. I try to drink beer, tea, whiskey, or iced tea while I smoke. I tend to go with tea, of course, for obvious reasons. Unless I'm doing a review. I try to get kind of a neutral tea. Really, it depends if I know what I'm going after, then I'll adjust it up what type of tea, but usually I go for kind of a neutral tea. Ingredients say 100% tobacco leaves in natural state, ready to smoke. Yeah, I think it has just a slight topping of chocolate. Nemesis, you have to go. You've said bye like 6 times. Do you really have to go? All right, I am up on the TV. I'm big time in the trucker household. Doesn't say anything about topping on the bag. Let me see what it says on their actual website. Counted 3 buys so far. Yes, I'm over 18. Our products, pipe tobacco. Choice. I think it's the choice blend. Oh. Maybe it's not. Pipe tobacco. Curious what it says on their website. 7Cs, backwoods, HH blends, category, Baron, straight McBaron, Golden Ambrosia, Dark Twist, Golden Blend. See what it says on their website. Available in pouches and tins. Their website used to be so much better than it currently is. %. Da, 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 da. Yeah, weird. It doesn't say on the website. Their website used to be significantly better than it currently is. Tobacco Reviews says that there's definitely a chocolate note in there, that there's a chocolate topping. Sometimes you'll see something on the tin, sometimes you won't. Kind of hit or miss. You don't smell or taste any chocolate? You just can't leave? Let's see. Golden extra here. Ready rub, that's all it says. Yeah. Don't know. Some people say it has chocolate, some doesn't say anything at all. Could be super light and you just might not be picking it up. All right, so I just heard my wife come home, so I am going to wrap it up. So Nemesis definitely is going to be leaving because I'm going to be shutting down the stream in a second. I've finished my tea, I've finished my cigar. Good time hanging out with all of you who stuck around. And I will be back again. Check out the tongue twisters from Mr. Finn. Just search English with Mr. Finn on YouTube, and you should be able to find it. So I'm gonna wrap it up, and I will be in the Discord later once I get home from grocery shopping. And Mr. Finn, shoot me a message what times work for you, and we will hook you up with some good tagging and VidIQ stuff. So we will see all of you later.